everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Knee-Slapping K-Pop podcast. I am Kayla, and today I am here with Sammy.
Hello.
And we are here with our second BL episode of the month, and we are bringing back our Survivor seasons, our Simulated Fake Survivor seasons, and we're here for the BL special, which means this is all men season, and the fun special twist, because we did Heroes versus Villains last time, is we are doing Blood versus Water. And all of the teams are just made up of different BL couples. Because that we thought that would be really fun.
We thought that would just be a fun twist on, we had a theming of hero versus villains. I like trying to make themed teams of Survivor.
Yes, I think when they have a theme, it's more fun rather than just throwing 20 random people.
Considering the fact that we are using fictional characters, I think that just
the themes are fun.
The themes make it more fun. They are all Thai BL couples mainly because Thai BLs tend to be the seasons that have full series, and also, eliminate the language problem.
Yes, honestly, that's a big plus, is that we kept it all to one country this time.
Yep. So we've already divided our boys.
I randomly divided them into teams because I don't really know them that well. So.
Exactly. So I gave Kayla the cast, and Kayla divided them into teams. Also, the fact that we are doing this based on archetype descriptions of these people.
Yes.
None of these people have actually played any game of Survivor, so this is entirely essentially like playing D&D.
But we're playing 20 different characters at the same time.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I have given Kayla a rundown of these people briefly. Yes. So she will also just be she will also be making these decisions. It's not just, we have information.
I also have a better understanding of how Survivor works and is
Kayla
formatted.
Understands Survivor,
so
and
I
I
have to keep
BL.
Track of all of the Survivor aspects of this.
Exactly. Kayla knows Survivor. I know BL. With our powers combined, we're going to make a fun season of BL Survivor.
Exactly.
We're going to see who wins. I also tended to keep this to our basic rules that we set out last time, which is 1, no magical powers. Any fantasy BL show was not even in contention for being on this list.
Yes.
2, they had to be one of age, so no high school BLs.
Right. Have to be legally able to go on Survivor.
And I also wasn't trying to deal with high school. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't dealing with putting in high schoolers here. And 3, they had to at least be. I tried to keep this kind of even, so you're not going to see kin Porsche mafia boss characters that are probably. You're not going to see people overly trained.
Who are probably never going to go on Survivor because they're in the mafia.
And also have far too much of an advantage because they essentially do Survivor training as a job.
Yes.
That kind of stuff I kind of kept out of it. Whereas mostly here, and I inadvertently did this is mostly the most college-aged Survivor ever. It's also Survivor teen years.
It's gonna skew young, the cast.
It skews quite young.
Yep.
So, do you want to go through cast
Yeah, let's
A
go
and
over
I'll go
cast.
through cast B?
Yeah, let's go over cast first.
So, these are all couples, but they are divided, each of them, onto their own teams.
We did not name the teams this time.
We did not. We are Team A and Team B right now.
Yes.
Team Blue
and Green. Yeah, really.
We're gonna go Team Blue and Green.
Yes, because that's the color I have them in our Survivor Excel spreadsheet. So.
All right. So you wanna introduce Team Blue?
Sure. So on Team Blue we have Pat from Bad Buddy, Leo from Don't Say No, Fupa from A Tale of a Thousand Stars, Team from Until We Meet Again, Tae from I Told Sunset About You, Pete from Dark Blue Kiss, Sean from Not Me, Jean from Lovely Writer, Arthit from Sodus, and Sarawat from Together.
And then on Team Green we have their other half, which is Pran from Bad Buddy, Fiat from Don't Say No, Tien from A Tale of a Thousand Stars, Win from Until We Meet Again, OAO from I Told Sunset About You, Cal from Dark Blue Kiss, White from Not Me, Nusub from Lovely Writer, Kyungpop from Sodus, and Tyne from Together. To make a note, we are using the characterization of Tae and OAO are from both I Told Sunset About You and I Promised You the Moon, because that characterization changes, and that characterization's more messy, which I think is more
I think, but we need some messy people on this.
Mess.
It makes it fun.
We need mess. So,
no serial killers this time, though.
No
so we're
serial
already
killers
off to
this
a better
time.
start.
Yeah, no serial killers this time, but we do have one canonical cheater roaming around.
Yes, and that's going to make it even juicier, the fact that we're doing a couple's blood versus water.
Yep. So do you want to just point out that also, so we roll for random things at the end of every day to make it fair. And by make it fair, I mean keep in line with things that happened in the series. We roll for a surprise medevac. It's possible it will never be rolled.
Yeah.
But everyone has the same chance of getting it, except for Tien from Tale of a Thousand Stars, due to his heart transplant, has a double chance of getting medevac.
Yes. Because he is very much more likely for the medevac.
Susceptible. Yeah, so that is the only change we have made from our rules from last time. We're going to go through all of them as they come up.
Yeah.
But that's just one I wanted to point out off the gate for people being like, why is there a man with a heart transplant on this season of Survivor?
Yep.
Guess what? We've made accommodations. If he can get into the jungle to teach, he can get onto...
Right.
Where the fuck are they? Fiji?
Fiji, sure.
Fiji?
Why not?
I don't know.
They could film this in Thailand. They filmed Survivor in Thailand. They could just film it in Thailand.
They could. Honestly, bro, they don't even have to go that far from home.
Exactly.
All right. So
I think the only thing I'm gonna roll for is immunity idols and the medevac. Okay. There's a couple of other things I did last time, which was like extra vote and a legacy advantage, but because Blood versus Water this season was like earlier era of Survivor, they didn't have those things in the season, so I just didn't want to use them.
So are we adding more immunity idols, or is it
still
the 3?
It's gonna be one per tribe until one is used, and if it's used, it gets put back in, and then an extra, and then 2 more will get put in when they tribe swap.
Okay.
And then at the merge there'll be another one. So.
Okay, so it'll be 5 total.
5 total. Yep.
5, possibly more, depending on.
It depends on if they use them or not. A lot of people sometimes find them and hold on to them, which in case whatever, and then. There's an aspect of Blood versus Water this season that I just took out because it would be very complicated to try to do it through, the way that we're fake simulating it, where they usually have these, one-on-one challenges that they would do as, a reward challenge. And they would do that every single episode, and it sometimes would be, sometimes they could just pick whoever they wanted to do it. Other times they forced, the couples to compete against each other on them. I just didn't want to do that. It would take up a lot of time, and it's confusing, and you don't really get anything out of it. So for our, purposes of fake simulating Blood versus Water, I'm we don't need that to be that important here. So I just took that out as well.
Fair enough. Oh, the other thing, I will point this out every time we do this. We did steal this idea from the Dead Meat podcast.
Yes.
If you like horror movies, go check out theirs, because this is entirely what we took and then changed into our own version of. So if you want to know where we got this idea, it was not an original idea.
No. And it's because we did the Brant steal, but that's an entirely randomly simulated one, which is not as fun.
No, somehow we did end up with our preferred winner on that one.
We did.
But yeah, we've technically done 2 other Survivors. We've only done 1 in this format, right? And this is going to
be the first non-Wang Yibo winner of Survivor.
I know he doesn't even have it again because of the no superpower words. Because of the no superpower rule, he couldn't win.
Yes.
God, could you imagine?
Oh my God, ridiculous.
But let's get to it. We've had enough of an intro.
Yes.
Let's get to the first. What's the first challenge, Kayla?
So this is gonna be Quest for Fire, but with the additional fun challenge of get the boat out of the water, which is when they have a canoe essentially filled with rocks and stuff, at the bottom of the ocean. Not the bottom of the ocean, but it's deep enough where they have to swim down there and get the rocks out so they can get the boat out of the water first. So very swimming intensive challenge. And then Quest for Fire just runs as once they get the boat out of the water, they have to paddle it down these obstacles and like light a bunch of like torches in the water on fire and then come back around and get back to shore.
Okay. So I think this is gonna be like our other one where leadership is like our last survivor, where I feel like early on leadership is gonna be key.
Yes.
And one of these teams, our Team Blue, has a much stronger leader than our other team. Because one of these people, I know for a fact, knows how to make fire and definitely knows how to lead a team to do this.
Right.
Which is Hoopa from Tale of a Thousand Stars.
He's going to be the song junkie of the season.
He's the song junkie of our season.
Watched the last one.
Yep. Song junkie from Sense of the Sun.
Yes.
We have he's not military this time. He's a ranger.
But it's
he's
like
in the jungle.
Yeah,
and
it's like a survival type of thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, I think that I'm looking at Team Green.
And it's like you told me a bunch of people were like actual swimmers, but it was like a couple, right? So it doesn't matter because they each have one of them.
No, they actually have more on Team Blue because they have both Pete and Team. The only actual swimmer on Green is just Win.
Okay, so they got better swimmers.
They have more swimmers. Which, again, I'm not saying that anybody else on this team is thing, but I just think that in terms of the physical ability, I'm gonna give it to Team Blue.
Yeah, that seems like it makes sense, too.
Yeah.
Pete is gonna find an immunity idol.
Good for Pete.
No one is gonna find it yet on the green team.
Okay.
So Pete has the immunity idol. That's cool. I'm gonna also roll medevac. So nope, no one is medevac the first. And then I'm gonna roll again for... Who is it I'm rolling twice for? Tien. Oh, yeah. He is gonna be fine.
Okay, he's good for episode 1. It would have been real sad if he got there and immediately had to leave. Alright, so now we're gonna get to just... We don't mess around with the bullshit. We're gonna get to the...
Who's gonna get eliminated?
Who's gonna go home?
Who do you see making friends with each other?
Alright. Let's see. I think with Team Blue, I'm going to deal with that later.
Yeah. Because they don't have to vote someone out, so they're probably not thinking about it yet.
No. See, I can see us getting... So I can see who's going to be annoying other people. Because I see a bunch of these people actually getting to know each other quite well. Like, these are a bunch of college-aged kids.
Right.
Like, I see, like... I don't know, I can see, like, Tyne and White getting to know each other pretty well. Kyungpop and Kao are probably going to be... Like, there's a bunch of people I can see being friends here. There's a bunch of people I can see getting on people's nerves. One, I think Fiat's probably going to get on some people's nerves. No. And I think Sib is going to get on some people's nerves. Mainly just because I feel like they might keep him around just because he's a taller, bigger presence.
Right.
Physical presence.
And, like, early in the game, you need, like, your physical people there.
Yeah. Because both of them are away from their partner, and I can see them being very upset about that. Everyone else kind of, like, dealing with it fine.
Like a normal person.
Like a normal person.
Right.
I think Fiat's gonna be pissed. And I think people are gonna be like, okay. Fiat's also a little whiny.
Yeah.
Also, I don't see Fiat being... His particular set of skills are not the early Survivor type.
He doesn't have those. He would be, like, good for late game Survivor, but not
I think
for,
he'd be
like,
great for late game Survivor, but that would involve him getting to late game Survivor.
Does involve getting to late game Survivor.
So I think, unfortunately, Fiat, you're gonna go home. I think the thing here is that there ever Survivor seasons where, like, there aren't that many alliances. There are just, like
groups of people.
People just keep getting along.
Yeah.
That
is pretty, I feel like that happened, like, in actual Blood versus Water, too. And what also happens, we're probably not going to start seeing that dynamic with the tribe swap, where it's, like, people whose, like, loved one, quote-unquote, has gotten voted out tend to alliance together against the, like, the active couples who are in the game, too.
Fair enough. I can see that happening later on. For right now, I think everyone's just sort of getting along. I can see people getting annoyed with other people.
Right.
More so than I can see them being, like, strategically trying to get people out.
Right.
All right. So what's our next lovely challenge?
No one's going to find the idol in that green tribe still.
Still no? Wonderful.
Still nothing there. So the next challenge is sumo style.
Oh,
this
God.
is, I like this challenge. Jay also played this under actual Blood versus Water. It's essentially you do like matchups 1v1, and each person gets like this giant like sort of padded. It's not like a pillow, but it's like heavier than that. And then you're on this like circular like wooden platform in the middle of the water, and you just essentially have to push the other person off of the platform. The exception though, you can't take your hands off of the weird like pillow bag thing, or else you get disqualified, because that did happen when someone played this.
Weirdly, so I think blue team has to sit somebody out.
Yes, they do.
I think they're gonna sit out Gene.
I know. I was like, they're gonna send
our little writer boy. I don't think our little writer boy is really
not gonna
help anybody out right now.
Right.
No. Now, how are we doing this? How are we picking matchups? Because I see these depending on who's getting matched together.
Right. See, it's harder to do this now than it was in regular Survivor, because they do just do men versus women matchups, and so when it's all men, it's like harder to just like try to strategize who you're gonna send out there.
I know.
Do we just like random it? Because like I think that's probably what we have to do.
See what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the new rule of Survivor is that they're randomly gonna just pick people out of hats. Okay, so Sean versus Tien, I'm gonna give it to Blue. Because I think that's gonna work. Oh, Pran's winning versus Tay from I Told Sunset About You. It's Pran.
Yeah.
So, Leo versus Kpop. I'm gonna give it to Kpop, weirdly. Team versus Cow. I think Cow is taller. What are you thinking here? You think
are they like same build, but he's just taller?
No. Team is a swimmer, and the other one is slightly more built.
So I feel like swimmer actually might be better. Yeah, because a lot of times, because you can get people, like, you can get the people in the legs, and that is like a good strategy.
Okay. So then I think I'm gonna give it to Blue. I think there's no way that Pete's losing to Tyne from Together, because they're both very tall. They both have the height problem. Pat versus White. Unfortunately, I gotta give it to Pat. Blue's absolutely crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
This one is a fucking toss-up. It's Sarawat versus OAO, and I don't know. I'm gonna give it to Green just for upset victory.
Sure. We always need one of those.
Yeah. Poofa versus Win. Here's the thing. You then have the same problem as Cow and Pete, but now it's the fucking Ranger.
Park Ranger, yeah. But like,
versus Swimming Boy.
I feel like Park Ranger, just regardless, is gonna win that.
And then it's Arthit versus Sib from Lovely Writer. I think just because I don't know if Sib is fully invested in this game.
I don't know if that's a thing, like he's gonna thrive at that game.
I don't think he'll thrive here, and I also think Arthit has a bit of anger issues.
That's gonna help him in that challenge for sure.
Amazingly.
Yep. So Blue's gonna win by a lot.
Blue's gonna win by a lot, but Green did put up a fight.
4. Yeah.
We're gonna keep this just because I think it's probably easier for us to randomize now.
Yes, I'm gonna put Gene back though, because he's not voted out.
Yeah, Gene can come back.
Yep.
But yeah,
so
Blue continues
is
on.
Gonna continue.
Wait, question.
Yep.
If Green continues to lose, does Survivor bring the merge forward?
So they're gonna tribe swap at episode 5 anyway.
Okay, so I think
it'll
we'll be okay.
fine. And most they're gonna lose another 2 people.
2 people,
which will be fine.
Here's the thing. I can see them being like, Sib, you're kind of useless.
You're kind of not invested. You're not helping us at all now.
Yeah, you're kind of not invested. We kept you here for the stamina and all of that, but like, you're so not invested, you're not even helping.
Right.
So I can see them being like, you gotta go. Anything else? We gotta roll for medevac?
I'm rolling medevac. He is okay. And no one else got medevac, so none of that. So I wrote down this is the challenge, and I don't really understand. I have to
get crates out of the ocean.
Crates out of the ocean.
That narrows it down.
Which is Because once you told me there's a bunch of swimmers, I think I tried to put more water challenges in here. So there was a challenge where it's another one where you got to get in like a canoe and like paddle out to places, but now there are wooden crates like tethered to the ocean that you have to go and like untie and then like get back in the boat, and then you solve like a staircase puzzle or something with them usually.
Okay, so to be devil's advocate, weirdly, I can see Green Team starting to get, because you have a lot of not big personalities, but like personalities of people that are constantly underestimated on this team. And I can see them getting fucking fed up.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of very big personalities on Blue.
How are puzzles gonna go with Blue Team?
They have people that can do puzzle. I'm trying to think of who. Jean is probably pretty good at puzzles.
Oh yeah, because writing.
Yeah, as a writer, I can see you have more brawn than you have.
Do you got any engineers on Blue Team?
Yeah, you got Pete's an engineer.
Okay.
I don't think Pat's an engineer. Arthit's an engineer.
Yeah, so they're doing okay for
There's a bunch of engineers. There's political science. Sarah's political science major, but I don't think he's fully invested in this show.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he would care. But you also have a lot of engineers in
the other team.
In the other team, because you have Tien was an engineering major. Kao's an engineering major. Kung Pop's an engineering major. Pran's an architecture major.
Oh, that's probably really good for puzzles.
Yeah, so I think that I can see that in terms of, I also see there being some conflict in Blue.
Yeah.
With the leadership role.
When you also go so long without voting a person out, people start getting like antsy too.
Yeah, I can see this being like an upset win. Maybe I'm just trying to like give Green a win here, but I can see them being a little like antsy to get somebody out. I can see this being an upset win for Green.
Yeah.
Just because I think that you have enough swimmers. You have enough, like, people that are, like, pretty good. All right. So, who do we see here being a problem child? So, let's go down the list. I think Pat's done well enough and not had any problems. Leo's done well enough. Boofa's done... He's the fucking goat, right? Not the opposite of a survivor goat, like a real goat.
But, like, yeah.
Team, I think, is doing well. I think that, like, it's either going to be a leadership problem where, like, someone wants to be leader, or the fact that I don't think Sarah Watt's fully invested in this show. What usually gets you kicked out first on Survivor? Because I can see Arthit.
If you come too out of the gate with wanting to be the leader, especially when there's another person doing a better job at it, like, that's really bad early in the game.
Because I can see
that's almost better
also having that problem.
Because that's almost better than a person who's just like kind of useless. Because normally the kind of useless people can, especially like not like for like first episode elimination, can get picked up by other people, and they're like, well, now you're gonna be my friend and you're gonna vote the way I want you to. The leadership conflicts, I think, are bigger issues, usually.
Fair enough, because I see Pete, but I don't think Pete wants to be the leader. I think Pete just doesn't like anybody telling him what to do.
Yeah.
Which I think is okay. I can see Arthit, especially with the fact that he is the leader of his own, like, school organizations, wanting to be the leader here.
Right.
Especially with the amount of other engineers that are here.
Yeah.
And that being more of a problem, because that can get a little...
And, like, opposed to this man who's an actual park ranger and probably much more qualified to actually be the leader.
Unfortunately, I think we gotta get rid of Arthit right now. I see that being a problem.
That's fair. Because if he's gonna be obnoxious about it, too, then that's definitely bad.
Yeah. Jean's doing pretty well on this team.
For being a writer.
Just lay low.
Yeah.
Lay fucking low, Jean. You're gonna do fine.
Yep. Alright. Immunity idols again.
Also, we didn't have them leave a person out, but honestly, they probably would have left Jean out again.
Probably.
So now they're even. No, they're not even. There's still one more blue.
Yes. The green tribe really having a hard time finding the immunity idol.
Damn. They're doing their best.
Yep. So this, I just called it building a bridge and solving a puzzle with it. So this is usually, you're given, like, a large, like, bundle of, like planks to put on a bridge, and then you have to like construct like essentially you put the planks on like a wooden platform and like construct the bridge with it. And then once you get to the other side, you have to dismantle the bridge because like half of the planks have like puzzle pieces on the back of them. So then you solve the puzzle with the pieces of the bridge you just built and destroyed.
You must destroy the bridge you just built. So we have a lot of engineers.
A lot of engineers and an architect.
I don't know how that helps anything. Do we gotta like start rolling random?
We might have to.
Because we didn't do that until after the...
We started doing that in individual immunity challenges, but they seem weirdly, evenly matched with the amount of engineers that are here.
Yeah. And also, weirdly, I feel like the individual challenges I would know more as opposed to these challenges, which are just like such even teams.
Right.
So just random,
let's flip
like
a coin.
Roll a die.
Who are we? Coin flip. Who do you want to be also heads?
Green heads, blue tails.
Green is gonna win.
Great. Green won. It's going great for them. They turned it around.
Good for them.
They're not a lame duck team.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Who do you think fucked up?
Who fucked it up?
Because I think the engineers probably did a good job.
Right. I feel like if you're fucking it up, you're probably fucking up the puzzle aspect though.
Yeah.
That seems where it's like you're gonna lose the challenge.
Do you think they kept Jean and
they like crack under pressure?
Or they crack under pressure? Because Jean can crack under pressure. I know that.
But they let Jean participate in the challenge and then he just fucked it up.
For the first time and he fucked it up.
He fucked it up entirely for them.
Yep. I think that Jean might end up because Jean also is a very anxious person.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely. And then it's like really neurotic people. Sadly, also do really poorly in early Survivor. So
do they do great in late Survivor? I feel like neurotic people do poorly in Survivor.
So if they're left around like into like tribe swap or post merge, they tend to because they're so neurotic, they have really really good strategy. So so later into the game, I think they tend to do better, but you have to get there first, and that's like a big
problem
obstacle.
with Survivor is you got to get to late game Survivor. So yeah, unfortunately, I think Jean might have fucked up the puzzle for them. What the hell did I accidentally do? These spreadsheets, the fact that we have to like update these on multiple spreadsheets is like hard.
Oh, I gotta roll medevacs.
All right, so Jean, unfortunately, I mean we have one couple gone.
Yep. I'm gonna roll the immunity idol for the green tribe before they tribe swap, just to see if anyone last minute wants to find that.
Anybody in the last seconds when they're like calling them over to like, hey, you want to come? Also, I feel like Pete has not needed to use his immunity idol. No,
I don't think so. I think he's. I don't think
he's been fucking up. I think he's been okay.
So that idol is just gonna be gone because they couldn't find it.
All right, we're gonna tribe swap. All right, so what are our new teams?
Our new team. So I'm gonna make this. They're gonna be the blue team. So blue team has now a couple. Fupa and Tian from A Tale of a Thousand Stars are together.
Yay!
We have Cal from Dark Blue Kiss. We have White.
Oh, another couple.
We have White and Sean from Not Me together now. We have Leo from Don't Say No team from Until We Meet Again. And Tay from I Told Sunset About You.
Okay, that's fun.
And then on Green Tribe now. So we have a couple of Sarawat and Tyne from Together. And then Pat and Pran from Bad Buddy together. And then we have Kong Pub from Sodas, yep. I was like, is that just what it's called or is this an acronym? No, that's just what it's called.
Something? It's not an acronym. It's not an acronym.
And then we have OAO from I Told Sunset About You, Lynn from Until We Meet Again, and Pete from Dark Blue Kiss.
So we have some couples.
So we've got two couples on each tribe now.
Okay. That's exciting. So I think the couples consolidate, obviously.
Yes.
And I can see these two couples actually kind of getting along. Maybe not Sarawat and Tyne with Pat and Bran, but like maybe. We'll figure it out. But weirdly, I don't think alliances are forming. I just think that now people like their couples.
Right.
Oh, let me
the only thing is that, and then the two people whose like loved one has been voted out are on separate tribes, so they can't even they can't even align together. But and then we got rid of both of Lovely Writer already.
Yep. So what is the tribe swap?
Tribe swap challenge is the blindfolded challenge, which is always my favorite challenge.
So what do you do in that?
So one person has to be the caller. Everyone else on the tribe is blindfolded. The caller has to direct their blindfolded tribe mates to go, like, pick up puzzle pieces. Usually, sometimes they're big, like, large puzzle pieces, and sometimes they're just, like, bags of puzzle pieces. Doesn't really matter. And then you solve a puzzle at the end. Sometimes it's usually the caller who has to solve the puzzle as well.
Okay, weirdly, I feel like we've somehow made a more dominant blue team.
Yeah.
By accident.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see blue team being all, like, one... There's one solid leader here.
Yeah.
And they are all now in line following him.
Oh, no. They just gave him more, like, people who listen to him better.
You just got people that will listen to him better.
Yeah.
And then on green team, I think you have people that, like, they're all gonna do pretty well. I just don't think they have a clear leader.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's gonna happen. So I think blue's gonna win.
Yeah.
But what do we do with... So now that there's couples here.
Right.
So the options are Sarawat, Pran, Kpop, OAO, Win, Tyne, Pete, and Pat. So many P's, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
How does this... Do the couples... Like,
so
obviously, the couples are going to consolidate.
It's funny because it splits it in half, too, because there are 2 couples, and then there are 4 miscellaneous people.
Not miscellaneous people. The thing is, I don't see these couples aligning with each other.
Yeah.
I see them... I almost see... Because, again, I don't think Sarawat is that invested in this game.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't aligning with anybody.
They're
Pat
just, like,
and Pran,
I see them
themselves. Yes, I see Pat and Pran getting on with Kpop and Win, and probably Pete. I think all of them get along quite well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of engineers, a lot of fun times.
Mm-hmm.
OAO is just a sweet boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then
so is he very strategically minded, or is he just here to have fun?
He's here for fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's here for fun. He's probably here because his boyfriend wanted to go on Survivor.
Oh, that's cute.
But also, Tay is the only canonical cheater on the show.
Oh.
Who's he looking at right now? Is he looking... I feel like anybody he's looking at already has, like... I feel like he might be looking at, like, I don't know, Sean, and Sean is already...
Sean already has his boyfriend on the team, yeah.
Exactly. Maybe he's looking at, like, I don't know, Cow, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Pete's gonna beat the shit out of him, and that will be the first fight in Survivor history. So I can see them looking at... Do they try to break up couples in Survivor?
Yes.
Blood versus Water?
Yeah, definitely.
So I can see them either taking out Sarawat or Tyne.
Mm-hmm. So so if they do that, they're probably going to take out Tyne because they know Sarawat is not invested and he is easier to just have around.
Fair, but I also feel like he will become murderous if they take it. I also feel like they know that he is, like, if they fuck with his boyfriend, that is the only way he'll be invested. So they might get rid of him just so that they don't have to deal with, like, oh shit, what if we get rid of his boyfriend? So I can see them getting rid of Sarawat first.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we want to keep him, get rid of Tyne, they made a mistake, and now he's
because I'm like, do they know that he's gonna make a turn?
Maybe he's a little... Yeah, maybe they don't know yet.
Yeah.
I can see them getting rid of Tyne, and it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Alright, so that happened.
No idols.
No idols, but Pete still has one.
Pete's got an idol. Medevac. He is okay.
Yay. Mm-hmm. Somehow the one that would make the most sense to get Medevac.
He's gonna be fine.
Never get a Medevac. The other thing with our Medevac for people listening is that once one person gets Medevac is like...
Then yeah, we don't
retired.
Medevac anymore. Yeah, only one.
We're not gonna Medevac half the cast.
Yeah.
Because I feel like on Survivor you get like one Medevac a season.
It depends, yeah.
But, like, you know.
Most seasons don't have a medevac, so...
Yeah, but, like, I like to have it in here for fun.
One season did also have, like, 4 medevacs, so, you know, it varies greatly.
You know, it's fine. Alright, so the next... Weirdly, again, I don't see many alliances happening on this cast, just because I don't see clear problems.
Yep.
or clear alliances, but I do think that that's just how some seasons of Survivor are.
Right.
Right? Am I wrong? Or they're strong alliances every time?
There doesn't have to be, really.
All right, so what's our episode 6 challenge?
Episode 6 challenge is what I've called the rowing swimming obstacle course, and I don't really have a good idea of what that means.
I love your names of challenges.
Yeah. They have like Survivor gives like some of their more common ones like actual names, but like I can't remember what they actually are.
Like, I don't know what the drowning one is called. I just call it the drowning one. Yeah, it's just like,
because it's the drowning challenge. Like, I get the idea. You get the idea.
You get the point.
So that is, I think it's like, it involves both rowing the boat and also like, they did one recently where it's like, at some point people got to get off of the boat and then like go up a wooden thing and like jump off of a platform to like grab a bag of like a key or a bag or something. So I feel like, I imagine that's probably what I meant there.
All right. So if we're looking at things where people have to, like, jump off and run and do things, White and Sean actually have training doing shit like that.
Oh, yes.
Actively have done things like that in their fight against capitalism. Fight the power.
Yep.
Again, how do we have such a dominant blue team?
It's just the way the tribe swap went.
Yep. So I can see blue team winning this.
Yeah. It did happen one time where they tribe swapped and they got one, like, really, really strong team and then, like, the just absolute outcast of people on the other team. And it was very sad just watching them lose everything.
So, here's the other thing. I can see, now Sarah Watson.
Now he's mad.
Now he's mad, though. But I also think he's mad at these people, but I think he's keeping it in and he's, like, working toward. He probably did great at this challenge.
Right.
Like, he's doing his best. Like, he's doing great. So I can see them all getting in there. So do they just pick off the weakest link?
Maybe at this point.
Which is OAO at this point.
Yeah. I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that happening. And I don't think Tay is going to be that upset.
Right.
You know. Canonical. Maybe that's what's like, well, now my boyfriend's gone, so I can really look for love.
Oh, you're going to love this for next episode. Because Sarawat's gonna find an immunity idol.
Hell yeah! See? The man is like, I'm gonna consolidate fucking power. Because they're also almost at merge, which if they get to merge, I can see him getting together with a bunch of the other tribe.
Right.
Oh shit. Somehow, this fucking random things. It's like when what's-her-name got three immunity
idols for no
last
reason.
Season. He's mad now.
He's mad.
He's angry. I like it.
All right, medevacs are still good. No one is getting
No one got medevaced. Yeah. So 7, you just have go through an obstacle on a rope. Both tribes played. One person per tribe wins immunity. Both go to tribal.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a double elimination. So both tribes have to go to tribal council, and so what essentially the challenge is it's an individual immunity challenge. And whoever wins the individual immunity will have immunity for the tribal council. But both of them have to vote a person out.
So one person of each team
One person of each team wins, yeah.
Okay, so I think that in terms of people who are gonna win, is it possible for me to give you like 2 people and you can just roll which of the 2 wins? Okay, so I think, genuinely speaking, probably Fupa wins from blue.
That makes sense.
I think that's who wins.
That makes sense.
Between green, I think I'm trying to pick between probably Pran and Pete.
Pran's gonna win.
So Pran wins, but Pete has the immunity idol, so I think we're... So yeah, I think so, Fupa and Pran are...
They're immune for this vote.
They're immune.
Yeah.
Actually, I met Pat and I said Pran, but like they're both sort of such even people. Switch that.
Okay, so Pat's gonna win.
So Pat win though, but
Pat
like,
will have it. Yeah.
I just saw Pran first and was like, wait a minute, that feels wrong. That's not who I was thinking of. So Pat's immune.
Gonna have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think Pran still did great.
Sure.
Pran probably came 3rd. So each of them has to eliminate one person.
Yes.
Let's think about this realistically. Because I can see... I think it's probably easier to get rid of somebody and maybe... I don't fucking know which one's easier to get rid of because I haven't.
Because Green Team has less people, but they got also 2 immunity idols floating around there.
2 immunity idols, and they have 2 couples.
Yeah, only one couple left.
1 couple and a man on a murderous
rampage.
Yeah,
and a man out for revenge.
And a man out for revenge, but like subtle revenge.
Right.
I feel like everyone else thinks that they shook him into like actually caring about the game.
Into submission a little bit, yeah.
Not even submission, just like actually caring, and really they shook him into a revenge. And
now
plot.
He's like never gonna forget any of this.
Nope. I can see him trying to get together, probably with Pat and Pran, because he can see that he's a political science major. I think the man knows strategy.
Yeah.
I see him probably thinking, well, Pat and Pran are 2 other people.
Right. They're gonna vote together, obviously.
They're gonna vote together, and one of them has immunity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think between the 3 of us,
mm-hmm.
has Hothead Pete said anything about his idol, do you think?
I don't know.
Because I don't know.
Is Pete smart?
Kinda. I can see him being hot. I feel like he's confident enough to drop hints.
Yeah.
Of like, maybe I have it.
Oh, so he's doing that. He's doing that thing of he's like, yeah, he's throwing it out there to like suggest that don't vote for me because I have an idol.
Like, do they wanna, what are we thinking that, because then you have Win and Kpop.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Are they going to try to, do we think that Sarawat wants to get rid of Win? Because neither of these people seem like Win and Kpop are not masterminds of any of these situations here. They're nice boys. And I also don't think getting rid of Tyne was a mastermind situation. I think it was just get rid of
a couple.
Like, get rid of a couple.
Yeah.
Like, that was the max amount of strategy they put in
right.
there.
So he doesn't have anyone
strategy.
Right.
He doesn't have a big
He doesn't have a like specific person he's more mad at.
Again, I can see Pete maybe getting on his nerves just personality wise, but I feel like he probably maybe figured out that he has an idol.
Mm-hmm.
Or does he try to blindside him? Because is it a situation where like he says he tries to bring Pete on board, but is like, because I think that they see Kpop as not as much of a threat because his partner's already out.
Right.
Win and Pete still have their partner.
That's true.
On the opposite
that is
team.
True. That they're like once we merge, that's
once
like
we merge,
more people to worry about.
They have a person. So I can see them either they get rid of Win as a like, okay, at least we know that.
Right.
Or they try to blindside Pete to not use his idol.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but he's a better yeah, sure, Win's a swimmer, but Pete's like an overall more physical presence, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
What are we thinking?
So what I can do is I can coin flip to see if Pete plays an idol and he realizes it or not.
I think coin flip to see if Sarawat realizes he has an idol.
Okay. He knows that Pete has an idol.
So I think, if he knows he has an idol, I think they're able to play it. Do you think they're able to like convince him to not play
I feel like if because also he's so hot-headed, he's probably gonna be like, he's probably not gonna realize.
I think that
he might be like too confident in some shit. So like he's not gonna realize it.
They're not gonna know.
Yeah.
Because I also don't think they see Win as like as much of a
because he's like, because I assume Pete's just like more annoying to be around. Probably.
Yeah, he's just hot. I feel like in a competitive situation,
it's just like it's a lot to deal with.
I also realize that as this goes on, these people become more caricatures of themselves.
Honestly,
so
it's fair.
By this point,
because I mean they're stuck on an island. They got limited food, probably not sleeping well. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually.
They become caricatures of themselves.
Exactly.
They're no longer real people. But I think Pete.
Time to go, Pete.
Time to go, Pete. The idol is lost. It's a blind side. Yep. Jeff Probst is like, oh shit, didn't you have an idol? Shit.
Okay.
I'm trying to move people over.
Yeah,
there we go. And now no one knows Sarawat has the idol still.
No. I think he's definitely not telling a single person about that.
Alright, now we go to the oddly more complicated decision, because that's like
a really fun strategy moment for everybody.
That was a strategy moment. Now we have a weird alliance of Pat, Pran, and Sarawat.
Mm-hmm.
Not an alliance I thought was going to happen, but here we are.
That's the alliance that we have.
they're icing out Kpop and Win, which isn't gonna matter in like an episode.
It's not gonna matter next episode at all.
But like he's using what he can. Yes. I think Sarawat's gonna somehow come out of this pretty decently. All right. So what's going on?
So we got the couples.
The couples, Tae, Leo, and Team, and Cow. God, there's so many people in this.
There's a lot of people on that team.
All right. So I think
are couples like teaming up together, or are they not doing that?
Okay, so Fupa is already here.
Yes, he already won.
He won. I can see. I feel like Sean might be a little too thing to go with the man in terms of a ranger,
right?
Because he doesn't like the cops.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna go well with him probably. Then so they're probably not teaming up then. They're probably not teaming,
but I can see White being friendly.
Sure.
Do they try to get rid of, now that Fupa has immunity, are they, I think they're more cautious of getting rid of Tien in terms of, like, making Fupa have the, like, energy to go on, like, a win streak.
Right.
Do you think that that's, like, a factor in, like, them keeping him around, of, like, preventing him from, like, pulling what we just triggered Sarah
that's the
doing?
thing though, is that I think that they're probably not gonna go after Tien just because they know it's gonna be really bad for them afterwards.
Yeah, I think that they know to like let him continue on.
Let's just let them do a thing over there and they'll figure it out later. But it's not the time right now.
Because no one knows what Sarawat's doing because that was an
entirely separate thing happening over there.
Yeah. I can see are they gonna try to, because when they're voting, they don't, would it be really funny if they also got rid of Cow by accident? By accident?
To try to break up couples, but they don't realize they're just voting out of entire
full couple. That'd be hilarious.
That's really funny.
That's an option.
Yeah.
Because I can see them keeping, I think Sean and White, maybe. Leo, I don't think is a threat. He has nobody.
Yeah. I don't think that he's on anyone's radar because he's not doing that.
I can see. We think that Tae has started flirting.
Ooh, good point. Because they did vote out his person last
boyfriend.
Time. So
and now I think he's spiraling.
Maybe he's like flirting with people now.
But they're like, yeah, he's fine.
But is he doing it to just like to get into good graces of other people more so as like a
tactic?
Yeah, as like a strategy tactic.
Maybe. I mean, I think our three options of people to kick off are probably, I think that they would keep White more than they would keep Sean, because Sean's more of a hothead. Because I think that they're scared of kicking out White for the same reason that they would be scared of kicking out Tien. With the same thing with Sean.
Yeah.
So I think the options are probably Sean, Tae, or Cow. I know which one is the funniest option.
I think I kind of just want to get rid of Cow, because that's really funny.
Because I think it's funny
that's really funny.
Like, we'll get rid of him, and then we break up another couple without triggering a rampage. And then somehow they just learn that they got rid of one couple. That's hilarious.
That's really funny.
See, it's this kind of thing you get out of these seasons of Survivor.
I just have to do a double check of how many people are on the jury right now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
White's here.
So if I keep this as a 9-person jury, that means we have the ability to 3-3-3 tie the final 3.
And what happens if you 3-3-3?
They've never 3-3 tied final 3 before.
That's never happened.
It's either that or
what are the odds we get that?
Yeah.
What are
probably the odds? Not high, but it's the way to combat that is that both of them go on the jury, and then it's an 11-person jury, and then we don't worry about that.
Yeah, sure.
Let's put them on the jury. So they're gonna have a couple nights at the jury house before anyone else gets there. Which is kind of really fun for them.
Someone's got.
I want the Ponderosa video, the two of them just having a vacation together.
Cocktail?
Yeah,
just like having a couple's vacation for a couple days. Good for them. Good for Pete and Cow. All right, what's next?
I really stupidly forgot because they're gonna merge, but I forgot to write a challenge for the merge, and I just wrote the word merge.
Just the word merge. What's a quick challenge that they do?
So I'm gonna take this challenge from the finale and replace this with a different challenge because I know a challenge I can replace it with.
So they merge they merge before the challenge, right?
Yes, they do merge before the challenge. So this is gonna be an individual challenge.
Y'all, they've merged.
They've merged, everybody.
Team. Fucking what couple's back together? Win and team are back together. That's it.
That's it.
Everyone else was already together.
Yep.
So at this point, the couples still in play, while Kayla figures this out, are Fupa and Tien are together, Team and Win are together, Sean and White are together, and Pat and Pran are together. And then our solo competitors are Leo, Tay, and Sarawat, and Kung Pop.
No one's medevaced yet, and then no one found the idols before they merged either, so.
Okay, so the only idol in play is Sarawat has one idol.
Yes.
And a heart full of revenge.
He does.
I love this storyline we've come up
really
with.
Fun.
This man is full of revenge. And now he's like, I'm a one-man show here.
Yes.
I think he's probably still going to keep a good relationship with Pat and Pran. That worked out well for them.
I think that worked for him, so he's not going to just go and ruin that. Because
he's not going to let them out. I can see Pat and Pran weirdly getting along with Fupa and Tien and then that becoming a weird alliance.
And that's a weird block of people.
Powerhouse alliance. I don't see Sean and White being there, but I can see... Yeah. Weirdly, they're so anti-authority, I have no idea who the hell they would even be with.
Oh, I think that probably means they're just going to be off by themselves.
They're off by themselves?
Yeah.
I can see Leo and Kung Pa being sad together.
Just sad together?
Sad together. Mm-hmm. I can see Win and Team being their friend.
Does Sarawat also go over there with them to sort of, like, try to draw them in to, like, for alliance sake?
I can see Sarawat trying to play everyone.
Yeah.
Is there just people on Survivor that just are like, I have no formal alliances, but I have
all of the alliances.
All alliances.
Simultaneously, yes.
This is going to backfire immensely for him because he is
That's all it will
here
definitely
on revenge.
But
I can see, I feel like
I feel like it makes sense though. I feel
for a revenge plot, yes. This is going to backfire entirely very soon. Mm-hmm. But that's what happened. So what is our competition?
Is Tay just cheating with anybody, or like is he working on that?
I can see Tay getting into. Oh, you know who I can see? I can see Tay because who he cheats on OAO with in the first time is his mentor actor figure. I can see him seeing Kung Pop as a mentor figure because he's like an older. He's an older show, so I now imagine just he's older than the rest of these people. Sure. Like he's maybe like a senior in college.
Right.
And then I can see him looking at him as like an older mentor figure and then him trying to get there. But Kung Pop is too loyal.
Oh, yes.
He's too loyal. Mm-hmm. It's going to end poorly for him. But I can see him starting. I can see that's where that's going to go. Nice.
I like that.
This is why we didn't roll for showmans.
Nice.
So what's the...
So I have just called this obstacle course with a puzzle. Which means normally
how many?
There's a lot. You know how many? There's like too many. There's like so many challenges that are like do this physical thing and then solve a puzzle at the end of it.
Fair enough.
That's like so many Survivor challenges, but it's usually
that's from everything I've heard about Survivor and like the 4 videos I've watched. That's most Survivor challenges.
Yes. So it's normally you're going over like a balance beam or like some net crawls or like something, and you're collecting bags of puzzle pieces along the way, and then you solve the puzzle.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So I think just roll right now because I think all of these people can pull out a victory.
Okay.
Except, can I tell you the people? If you roll these people, they wouldn't win.
Yeah.
I don't think Tay would win. I don't think White would win. I don't see Sarawat being a physical enough competitor to win challenges. Mm-hmm. I think he's playing a social game. And a revenge game.
He doesn't seem like he's in the physical challenge.
I also don't see, weirdly, I can see Tien pulling out a victory of a miracle victory, considering the heart transplant. But that's the people I don't see winning.
Okay.
Also, White is very short, so I don't see him being physically able to run fast enough as opposed to these extremely tall people.
Fair point.
Also, I just love now picturing Cow and Pete in Ponderosa together, just having a couple's date. This is a date for them at this. This is they get to do the rest of like 5 episodes before they have to come back for jury.
Yeah,
together. Good for them.
Yep. Pupa's gonna win.
All right, so we've inadvertently made him the actual Song Joong Ki of this show. What Song Joong Ki couldn't do, which is pull out a win streak. All right, so what do we see happen? So, everyone's here. We're all here. What do we see? What do we see as the problem?
So couples. We have couples. And then we have
couples.
The Sarawat situation happening.
We have the Sarawat situation. I don't think... I'm going to give it this. I think that the Sarawat situation, he's able to play this out for at least another 1 to 2 episodes.
I don't think that's coming to bite him in the ass
I don't think that's coming into play yet. So I think that we're still... Especially with the fact that...
He's playing the long game right now.
He's playing the long game. The problem here is that at this point, Pupa has won 2 episodes in a row right now.
He has.
Do we think that they're already starting to be like, do we just get rid of his buddy to see if it throws him off as an option?
Yeah, it's probably around about time for that
would happen. You got Leo, which I think people are just seeing as under the radar because he hasn't won shit yet, but he's just also present.
All of the people also who are like singular people are probably less of a threat right now, just because there are a decent amount of couples still here.
So I think the option here is either, I think that all the single people and even some of the couples, depending on who they decide to kick off, I think all the single people are getting together with Sarawat and they're like, we have these 3 couples.
Yeah.
4 couples, actually. Wait, 4 couples. One of them's got to go.
Yeah.
I think that they don't see Team and Win as enough of a threat to be like, we got to get this one out now.
Right.
I think
Sarawat is friends with Pat and Pran, so I feel like he's
going to keep them there because he keeps them here. I think the option is either you get rid of a big competitor like Sean, or you get rid of Tien to see if it throws Fupa off.
I think they might keep Sean because they need him to maybe beat Fupa at individual immunity challenges to win, so they can get rid of him.
The problem with that is that I can see there being other competitors here that could, but I think that they can keep Sean for a little bit. I think that they see if maybe they're just gonna throw it at the wall if they're like, we're like, look,
it's going on for too long. Like we need to do something about this. We kept him around
because we thought it would gonna send him into a rage,
right?
But now that he's already maybe it'll throw him off and he'll go into a depression.
Right.
Okay, so Tien is gone.
Did he get medevaced?
No, he managed to just actually get voted off a Survivor.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Someone's found an idol.
Who?
So it's gonna be Sean has an idol.
Oh shit! What's our next challenge?
Our next challenge is the hold on to a pole challenge.
Okay.
That is exactly what it sounds like. You climb up a pole and you have to stay on the pole as long as you can.
Okay, so I can see Fupa for at least this episode getting a little thrown off.
I don't think that's a challenge he thrives at, is the hold on to a pole challenge.
I don't think he thrives at this challenge, so I think he's thrown off.
Yeah.
Who does thrive here? Who usually thrives in these challenges?
Smaller, scrawny people tend to do really well at that challenge.
So White's gonna win because that's the only scrawny person we have left.
Okay.
Because Leo is a basketball player.
Yeah.
Team and Win are swimmers, which...
If you're, the larger people, even if you do have, a lot of muscle, tend to not be able to, hold their own weight on the pole.
Yeah, none of these people are particularly... it's that or Sarawat, but I also don't know if Sarawat had... Because White is super scrawny, but has, physical training. Sarawat is purely a musician.
That's definitely the challenge for him, then, to win.
So I think White's gonna win. Yeah. Good for White.
Nice. And now I think they just have to get rid of him, right? There's no way they don't get rid of him here.
Do they think that they've thrown, but here's the thing. Do they do the same thing they did with Sarawat, which is that they're like, we threw him off. Do we break up another, they're like, do we try to break up another couple?
Okay, so the thing with Sarawat, though, is, I don't think he was, he's not, super threatening. I feel like he's just too threatening to just continue to go.
And
he's just gonna continue. If they keep him in, he's just gonna continue to win, even if he did lose. Oh, do we think
that like maybe Pat and Pran have talked to like, I don't know, maybe Leo?
All of these people like, who are on this tribe with him.
Yeah, like maybe he's like, we're a couple. We think he's talking to the other couples, when in reality they talk to like Leo, and he's like, no, he's talking to all the single players.
Right.
And like the conspiracy is brought up.
This conspiracy now.
Okay, here's the question.
Because hang on, how many single people are there now?
There's one. So there's Pupa, Leo, Tay, Sarawat, and Kpop. There's 5.
So they don't have enough people to have a majority yet, but that's probably in the works, that alliance now.
Fair, and I also think that they see that the couples are, at the very least, you have the fact that White and Sean do not work in an alliance.
The couples don't work together, yeah.
The couples aren't working together.
Right.
So I think that they're using, like, them 5 and just bringing in one couple at a time.
Right.
Like, this time it's, like, them and, like, Team and Win, as opposed to them and Pat and Pran next time.
Right.
They're not, like, bringing the couples in. They're just trying to break them up.
Whenever they can use them to their advantage.
Fupa is just really sad.
He's really sad.
He's sad and growing a beard like he did in the show.
Mm-hmm.
He grew a very bad beard at the end of that show, and then immediately it just showed the passage of time, and then they immediately shaved it, because, dear God, it was a bad beard. But I do think that they're not worried about him yet. I think that they're seeing that Sarawat's a threat. Now, here's the thing. I think we have to roll if Sarawat realizes it. Because he has that immunity idol. Does he realize it?
Okay. Let's flip a coin. He does. So I think he
knows.
He's gonna
play it.
He's gonna play it. Who does he throw a vote on then? Or who is he and like? Because are all of them voting for him, or are they? No. What are they doing?
I can see him, because at the the only people left from the old thing that got rid of his boyfriend are still Win, Kpop, Pat, and Pran, right? I can see him wanting to go out, taking out a couple.
Yeah.
So does he get rid of Pat or Pran?
Do we just coin flip that? Like, which one?
Weirdly. So here's the thing. I feel like Sarawat's smart enough to know this. Pran is more calculating than Pat.
Okay.
Pat is more emotional.
Right.
Does he leave Pran to spiral the way he did?
Ooh.
Or does he take out Pat to be sad? I think it's more sadistic if he leaves Pran. Yeah. Is it sadistic?
I feel like it's an incredibly, the worst strategic thing to do, but I feel like he would do it.
I feel like he would just be like, no, fuck it.
Yeah.
And, like, I think he can probably he realizes it soon. Like, it's like Pat and Pran have, like, all the single people, and then he just talks to, like, White and Sean and Pupa and, like, all of them, and then it's just like, just do this.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of a couple. Let's get rid of a strong competitor. Bam.
Right.
And then they also thematically lose their opportunity to get rid of Fupa, who they probably at this point is at his lowest point.
They should have gotten rid of him. They definitely
but
should
they get
have.
rid of Pat.
Yeah.
I think they get rid of Pat to leave Pran to spiral.
Yes.
And I don't think Pran does not spiral the way that Sarawat does.
Sarawat's a crazy person at this point.
Sarawat is an insane man at this point, but I love that happened. I love this so much. This is why I love when we do this, is because somehow I've made Sarawat a supervillain.
He's a supervillain, but I feel like the audience loves him.
Oh, absolutely. He is the
he wins the fan favorite vote at the end of the show, no matter what.
It depends. Let's see what happens with the fan favorite, because there's other options for fan favorite. Let's see what Pran does now. Because I think Pran sees this as an opportunity to, like, form a strong, healthy friendship alliance. He's like, no, there's a majority now of non-couples.
Yeah.
Because the only couple you have is Team and Win have managed to get here all on together.
They are still
good for them. And then you have Sean and White, who are both doing pretty well.
Because Sarawat just used an idol. I have to start doing idols again. Okay. The next challenge is the drowning challenge.
Fuck yeah!
So the drowning challenge, for those who don't know, is where everyone is gonna go out into the open ocean and swim under this, like, metal grate that is constructed, it's constructed in the water, but when they start, there's like a little bit more than a head's worth of space between the water and the grate.
And then the tide.
And then the tide comes in, and then you get less and less space to breathe.
And essentially, it's an endurance challenge of, like, how long can you not...
Endure torture, essentially.
Endure, essentially, like, almost reverse waterboarding.
Yeah.
But the other thing here is that there's people I know that are going to do poorly at this.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might be where team or win thrives.
Yeah, that feels
They're
like this...
two swimmers.
I was going to say, I feel like one of the swimmers is winning that for sure.
If I had to pick, I would say that team has probably more experience swimming than win.
That makes sense.
So I would give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think team's gonna win this.
Yay, good for him.
Yay.
We got a very wide range of people winning immunities this time, which is fun.
I know. It's much better.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think that the same people are doing well. I think Fupa is starting to come out of his slump and how his determination.
Right.
I think he's back in the game. He took a week off because he was, like, super sad.
So sad.
He's back. He grew a beard and was like, nah, fuck, now I'm stuck with this beard. Do they try to do Sarawat again because he's an agent
he
of
is just chaotic.
I think Pran at this point is like, my revenge is getting rid of Sarawat, and then we move on.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is now like, I gotta, like, somehow we now have a mini revenge plot happening in the background.
A revenge plot within the revenge plot.
It's like Revenge Plot 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sequel. I think they gotta get rid of, like, and now I think Sarawat has accepted that he's
like scheming has like gone, like he can't go any further.
I don't think he's trying to scheme anymore. I think last week when he got rid of Pat, it was his final like blow, and now he's just like accepted, like, fair, I'm going home. Like at the beginning of the week before the challenge, he's like, I'm going home.
Right.
I've accepted that. Let's just get it over with. So I think that Sarawat had a good run.
Good run.
He's on the jury.
Yeah.
Which I did learn now. I've growth for me. I'm not calling it the council. Anymore, which is not what it was ever called.
Because they go to tribal council is probably why
confusing. I was calling it the council. Jesus, somehow we're almost at full singles. Is that usually how this works?
Yeah.
Okay. We are just somehow making just actual seasons of Survivor.
It's like the end game is just full of singles, and normally one makes it there, but like, yeah.
I mean, we still have 2.
Yeah, that's honestly probably that's probably about right for this point in the game. By the time you get to like Final 5, there's usually still 1 left, so.
Okay. So, and now Sarawat gets to go to Ponderosa and watch fucking Cal and Pete be happy.
Yeah. Alright, so the challenge in episode 10 is what I have: balancing plates on a sword handle, and that's literally exactly what it sounds like.
Honestly, this is gonna be entirely just for thematic purposes. I think Fupa wins this.
Yeah.
It shows that he's back better than ever. And they're like, we fucked up. We fucked it. Here's a fun plot device that we could use. Because you can give away your idol, right?
You can.
Here's the thing. Do we have Sean protect White? Because I can see them being like, look, there's 2 couples left. One of them is Sean and White.
Yeah.
Who have been proven themselves to be slightly more competitive than Win and Team. And I think that they're like getting to the point where they're kind of getting sick of those 2.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact that they don't really interact with anybody else.
Right.
Like, White is more friendly, but they don't interact.
Right.
And here's the thing. I think that they probably... do what we also did last time, which is where they split votes?
Yeah.
But for some reason, Sean's an idiot and decides to sacrifice himself.
So that's actually really funny, because in one of the Blood vs. Water seasons, there was a father and son, and the father gave his immunity idol to his son to keep him in the game, and he got voted out, that tribal. So it's not even like that's unreasonable to happen, because that did happen in a season of Blood vs. Water.
I think that they see themselves getting kind of sick of both of them, and that Sean is just like, well, let me keep him in the game, when in reality I don't think White's gonna do particularly well without him, and White is also confused.
Yeah.
I like the thought that White didn't know.
Yeah, I'd also like the fact that he didn't even tell him.
That he's like, don't worry about it, I got this.
Yep. Because he didn't find it that long ago, so...
But no, I think White knows that the immunity idol is present.
Right, but he doesn't know he's playing.
That he's playing it on.
He's not playing
on him.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like, what the fuck?
Because he would be. I feel like he would be mad if he suggested that. So he's just gonna do it in the moment. It was like, you're not gonna have a choice in the matter.
Can you reject? I don't feel like you can reject them.
I don't know, because I don't think anyone has ever attempted to reject an immunity idol.
Just been like, no, I don't want it.
Because that's kind of a dumb thing to do. So
it's a stupid thing to do. Alright, so what's episode 12?
So
the idols are gone.
Idols are gone. No one is going to find another one right now. So this is the balance a thing on your head challenge. It's normally you're standing on like a wooden plank, just to make it a little bit harder, and you have like a bucket or like some type of a wooden totem thing on your head. And it's, like, bouncing between your head and, like, the top of, like, another wooden plank. And those are also adjusted for height, so it's fair for everybody.
Okay, so White does not have...
Yeah, there is no inherent advantage being taller because they account for how tall everyone is when they make that, yeah. And it's whoever stays there, has the thing on their head the longest.
Just roll for it, because I don't know anymore. This is probably where we all started just rolling for every challenge because we couldn't fucking handle it.
Yeah. Team's gonna win.
Oh, good for team. So what do we do here?
And there's no idols, so there's no, like, real big strategic things that can happen with that.
No. So now I feel like all the strategic moves are gone.
Yep.
They've all happened the last 5 episodes.
I know. I think the strategy of the season really, like, dropped once Sarawat got sent home.
Sarawat really out here, like,
he's here bringing the drama.
And then immediately paying for it.
Yep.
What do we think happens now? So I can see now them just going for people, not necessarily... Do we start thinking that they're thinking about jury now?
Yeah, it's people definitely jury time.
Because I think that they're not that concerned with Fupa, because that's depending on who's there. Mm-hmm. Who are they concerned is gonna do well at jury? Also, is Kpop finally sick and tired of Tae flirting?
Probably. Does probably not a fan of that.
Because I entirely forgot about that storyline until this moment when I, like...
Right.
It's like the editors forgot about that storyline because they had all this other bullshit happening.
Right. It's probably, like, just so inconsequential, too, because he's just, like, one of them is just not having it.
Nope. But I also think that they're like, let's not get rid of him because no one's gonna fucking vote for him.
Right.
He's a leech.
Because I'm trying to think of who, has a loved one on the jury. Because, like, Pat has a loved one, or Pran has a loved one on the jury.
Pran has a loved one on the jury.
So does, Fupa.
White has
He's
a loved
got
one on the
there.
Fupa has a loved one on the jury.
And then we just have Cow and Pete together.
Cow and Pete
on the jury.
Together. Yeah. But, like, who did Cow and Pete, who were they friends with, you think? Because I feel like they were probably friends.
Pete was really just being obnoxious on the tribes he was on.
And but he also kind of hated, so I feel like, do we think they start going after the people that have nobody on the jury? Like, to get them out of the people that have people on the jury?
Yeah.
Get rid of people that don't have anybody. To just let them not be an option.
Because if you have a loved one on the jury, that means you get an automatic vote.
You get an automatic vote
in the finals, which is.
But I'm saying
it's only one vote, really, so it's not like that like big of a deal. But
you know who I think has a lot of friends on that jury? White has been friends with everyone. White has been extremely friendly and not played any moves to anybody. I think everybody else has somebody that like they've wronged in the past. The people that don't are probably White and Kpop. Yeah. They've wronged no one. And White has someone on the jury at the end. Right. Because Leo, I also think Leo also probably. It's probably White, Kpop, and Leo. Yeah. Who have nobody and also haven't harmed anybody. So I think that those three somehow now have a target on their back.
Yeah. I think they go for White too, because he also, the whole weird immunity idol thing that Sean pulled last week was probably, like, a little suspicious.
It also ingratiates him to, like, the people of, like, he was saved by a loved one.
Right. So I feel like that's probably...
Yeah, Sean fucked over his boyfriend again.
Right.
By doing this.
It's like, it was really only a temporary fix for...
Solution to the problem. Damn, Tay made it very far.
Mm-hmm.
But also, no one's... I think Tay is the GOAT right now, because everyone's like, no one's gonna vote for this kid. People kinda hate him. And also, he's actively trying to cheat on television.
Is Pran still in, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna find an idol.
Oh, shit! I think Pran at this point is trying to win by playing it, like, low-key.
Yeah.
Not the Sarawat big moves.
Not that. Definitely not.
But, like, the little moves.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Pran and Fupa getting to be good friends.
Yep.
Because of all the bullshit that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so
13, I have the challenge, the reward challenge I always like, where, they play in teams and they're gonna go get drunk on the reward challenge together.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna split them into teams first. Someone has to not be, playing the challenge.
How do they decide that usually?
It's random, usually.
I randomized it for team out.
Okay.
Never mind. Alright, so we got Tay, Win, and Pran, and Kpop, Fupa, and Leo.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, I feel like Team 2 works better together.
Yeah.
Considering I don't think anybody wants to work with Tay or give him anything.
Fair. Honestly.
So they all go get drunk.
They're gonna get drunk together. Do they do any bonding while they're drunk?
I see them bonding. I think those three bond quite well.
Mm-hmm.
They have nobody. They're all alone.
That's true. And also, I think is fun that the one couple, it's like we can only have singles playing in this reward challenge.
Sorry,
Singular
team.
people.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright,
so
what's
the challenge is gonna be just a memory challenge, which is really fun when you play it in late game Survivor, because everyone's memory is destroyed. By lack of sleep and water and food at this point.
That's why at this point I want to randomize all of these, because it really just... The great equalizer is starvation.
Yes. Team's gonna win.
Fuck it, they're getting rid of Win. I swear to God.
Yeah.
He's gotta go.
He's gotta go.
Win's gotta go. They're like, fuck
this shit. It's time for
Win
to go.
It's time for Win to go.
It's time for Team to stop winning challenges. Win's gotta go.
Win's gotta go. They're like, fuck it. They went under the radar for too long.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately we're done.
Yeah.
People are like, we're fucking done.
And it's like, this can't keep happening.
This can't keep happening. We're done.
Alright,
we got White. Oh, we got two couples at Ponderosa right now.
Oh, fun. Good for them. They're
Sean
gonna have
and
fun.
White went on vacation.
Mm-hmm. So, the challenge in episode 14 is the spider obstacle course, which I really like. It's shaped like a spider.
Uh-huh.
And then each leg of the spider has, like, a different sort of, like, rope or, like, plank obstacle. And they're, like, constructed in a way where you can... It's like a high ropes, like, course type of thing. And they're constructed in a way where really it's hard for more than one person to be on it at a time. Because you have to go there and back. So it's kind of like a bottlenecking type of a thing, but...
Yeah, honestly, I see Fupa winning this just because he has actual jungle experience.
Yeah.
As opposed to the rest of these people who are in college.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
And so I think he wins. Are they just like, fuck it, we gotta get rid of Team?
Yes, because he's won too many challenges. After Fupa, he's won too many challenges.
Yeah, and Fupa at this point, they're like, he's probably making it to the end.
Yeah.
So we can't have
We
him
fucked it
and
up.
somebody.
We fucked it up too early.
Like,
so now that he's here and is just gonna be here, like, let's get rid of the other person. Yeah,
we fucked it up so bad with letting him get here. We got so into our own petty revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, love the petty revenge.
Yes.
The petty revenge was my favorite part of this fucking show.
Yes, yes.
But I do think that, like, petty revenge
was at least over by the late game.
is what destroyed this season.
Yes.
My other thing with petty revenge is I don't think petty revenge got anybody anything.
No, it didn't.
I think anybody that wanted petty revenge is on the jury.
Yeah, didn't prove anything here.
Petty revenge got everybody on the jury.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Team's gone.
So
they got rid of that couple. They were just like, fuck it, he can't be here.
Yep.
So what's the last challenge of Survivor?
We're gonna get 2 more challenges because 2 more people have to leave.
Okay.
So the first one is... Actually, I'm gonna switch them. So the first one would be the blindfolded maze challenge, which is literally you are blindfolded and you're going through a maze, and then at certain points in the maze, there are these little tables with like they have like symbols on them, and they tell you like which direction to go. Because you have to, it's normally you have to collect like 4 different like necklaces that have different symbols on them, so you use those to sort of direct yourself where to go.
Yeah. Where like you just have to follow the wall of the maze essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think that Fupa has the experience. Like I feel like you go through some sort of ranger training for shit like this, don't you?
I feel like it makes sense. Yeah.
So I think he goes. I think he's got to get to the final.
Mm-hmm.
He is the song junkie. He is a dominant physical force of this show.
Mm-hmm.
So who else is? What's the?
So they have to vote someone out now, and then they'll play another challenge and then do another.
Okay. So what are the options here?
I
think the options. I think they don't vote out. I don't think Tay is an option. Just because
I feel like he is. Yeah, he's not, because he's like no one likes him.
No one's gonna vote.
No one likes him, so he's just gonna.
He's gonna somehow like make it to the end.
Yeah.
I think that at least Pran has a target on his back. I think that they're thinking either Kpop or Leo needs to go.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're both too nice. They both had their person out so early, they made friends with everybody.
Yeah. And that's, like, kind of threatening as well, as when your person goes out so early, you can really just focus in on the game, too.
So I feel like
one of them.
So I truly think that maybe Pran got Tay involved with this, because I think Tay is stupid enough to not realize he's the goat.
Yeah, and I think Pran probably is also like a better strategically than Tay.
Exactly. So I see that he probably gets involved with that, and he's like, unless Leo or Kpop wins the next challenge,
they gotta get rid of both of them.
Go. Yeah, I can see Kpop being, in terms of the characterization, a nicer, more liked person than Leo.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to try to get rid of him first, just because I think he has more friends.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So unfortunately, Kpop, you're on the jury. I almost called it the council, but
council.
No. Again, it's not. It could be.
It could be.
Jeff Probst changed the name.
42 seasons into the show.
42 seasons in. It's fine.
So the last challenge is called Samotion. This is a really common one they play at Final Four. It's essentially this like very large like metal contraption. It's very similar to like those like marble obstacle course things that you see around. Essentially, you drop a ball in the top of it. It'll go through the metal obstacle thing, and then it'll switch off from shooting out at the bottom. From, like, the left side or the right side, there's, like, a mechanism in the middle that'll switch every time. Like, a ball goes through it. And essentially, you just have to keep putting balls in it, and then you have to catch it when it comes out. And then you keep adding more balls as the challenge goes on, so it's harder to, like, remember where they're shooting out from, and also, like, the timing of how.
Here is mainly just because I don't like these finals being random. Just because I think that they're less fun. This is very much a concentration dexterity challenge. Do you think architecture would help?
No. I don't think it would.
Because it's more mathematical. I feel like you'd be able to more figure out where everything's happening.
So that's true, but also there is like a very big, like, dexterity aspect to it, too. Oh, no. I truly think that both of them have the same dexterity. Yeah. In terms of, like, what they're doing. I just can't think of... I just don't want this to be random, so I'm trying to come up with literally any grasp of, like... Because I know both of them are probably the same amount of dexterity and... I don't know if Fupa does well. I don't think he does, to be honest. But my thing is, does he have to win both? For what? I'm saying, is Fupa playing? Yeah, he has to. Already. Yeah, no, this is like a separate challenge. Okay, then never mind. I was specifically talking about Pran versus Leo. No. All four of them have to play. All four of them have to play. Yeah. Okay. So I think in terms of the person here that's like the least
the least likely to win, it's Tae by far.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a chance of him winning, but I also think that he's definitely.
But he's just gonna be in the final 3. Yeah. Regardless.
So of the other 3.
Oh, Pran also can't use his idol anymore, so that's useless to him. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I assumed that at this point. I think roll for the 3 of them, but I think unless Leo wins, he's out.
Yeah. Pran is gonna win.
So I think,
Leo, I think, goes.
I think Leo goes just because I think that, everyone
because
else
the other 3 made an arrangement already.
Not even just an arrangement, but the other 3 have enemies.
Yeah.
The other 3 got enemies on the tribal. And Tae, they're like, it's more of a liability to have Tae there than anything else. So our final 3 is Pran, Fupa, and Tae. So Tae is off the table.
Tae's not gonna win.
So we're not gonna have a 3-3-3.
We will not have we weren't gonna have it anyway, which is good. We weren't
gonna have it anyway, but even if we didn't,
because he is getting that's a 0 vote finalist right there.
Yeah. That's a 0. Like he is.
You try to actively cheat on national television? Like absolutely not.
I know, and also he just pissed everybody off and did absolutely nothing this whole. Even when we randomized
he did nothing.
Winners,
he did absolutely nothing of use and was just here to be obnoxious.
Okay. So, like, let's just go. I think we can actively give each person that's voting who they're voting for. So, Pat is obviously voting for Pran.
Yep.
I think that TN is obviously voting for
Pupa, obviously.
Pupa. Obviously. That's one. I also can't even do P and P. Like, I can't even do their initial.
Yeah.
Because they're both
the same. Does Sarawat actually like Pat and Pran, or was that part of the long con revenge?
The weird thing with that is I feel like Pat and Pran are just likable people. But does he continue his, like...
Because didn't he get out Pat because he was, like, fucking upset? Yeah, so I think he votes. He doesn't... I don't think he votes for them.
No, I don't think he votes for them at all. But I'm saying I don't think he dislikes them as people.
Right.
Because they haven't done anything to him. I'm just saying that he continues this fucking
He just continues his revenge plot.
He still hasn't seen Tyne.
Yeah.
Like, he's on Ponderosa. He still can't go to his boyfriend. He's still pissed. God, their reunion's gonna be insane. Alright, so now we have... So
I think Cal and Pete vote together, and I think Sean and White vote together. The couples, I think vote together.
And I think Win and Team vote together. Yeah. And then Kung Pop and Leo are...
We'll figure it out later.
Okay, so Cal and Pete.
Let me go look at early game.
Let me go early at early game.
What was Pete doing? Pete was just being annoying.
Pete was being annoying, but he was
Pete was with Pat and Pran for a little bit.
He was... Rarely. Here's the thing, because honestly looking at this, who do you think is voting based on track record of, like... Because Fupa is the, by far, strongest competitor.
He's, like, the big alpha male type. And if, like, who respects that?
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
But, like, in the way that, like, he's actually... I think Win and Team vote for that. They're, like, on it... They also like friendship. I think Leo and Kung Pa probably don't have enough alliance with these people. Because both... Fupa and Pran were on a couple for the majority of this.
Right.
And they were on the outskirts. That I think that they probably vote on track record. I think they probably vote for Fupa.
Yeah.
I think that Sean and White are so anti-authority that they're gonna
vote for Pran. That tracks.
That tracks. So currently Fupa's still winning, but by barely. So now we go... I can see Pete and Cal voting differently. If anyone's gonna vote differently, it's gonna be Pete and Cal. Yeah,
did Pete get... The question now is, did Pete get along with, Pran on the tribe that he was briefly on with them?
Briefly?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody disliked each other, is the thing. Because until the fucking revenge plot that we added in happened, I didn't see any much conflict occurring. At least in my mind, it didn't.
I think maybe Pete doesn't like Pran, because if that was when Sarawat was doing his, like, revenge things, when he was using the two of them together, and then that's how they voted Pete out. So Pete got voted out.
Fair.
Because
of that. Pete did get voted out because of that. And then that is also how Cow got voted out.
Yes.
But I don't...
Cow got voted at the same time, but I think under incredibly different circumstances.
Under incredibly different circumstances, and I think that was the team that Fupa was on.
Fupa was on that team, yes.
Yeah.
So maybe he votes for Pran. For opposite, the same reason, but opposite.
For the opposite reason.
Yeah.
So currently we have Pran at 1, 2, 3, 4, and Fupa at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So
close.
It's down to winning team.
Yep.
The two people with the least amount of conflict is this entire show.
I know.
Honestly, I can see team looking at Fupa and being like, we were both constantly winning.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, constantly, I can see them both being
constantly I think he probably respects that.
It.
Yeah, I think he respects that, the fact that he won so much.
Respects it.
Yeah.
But I also see Win respecting friendship, which he was probably better friends with Pran, considering that they're closer in age.
Yeah.
So I think this ends very close.
So close.
With a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 to 6.
5 to 6 with Fupa winning,
yeah.
BL Survivor.
BL Survivor.
Holy shit. How the hell did we never go into this with planned storylines.
No.
My planned storyline was I was gonna make a romance with Tay and somebody.
And that never even happened.
Never happened.
And instead we got the revenge plot. The Sarawat revenge plot.
It's like a revenge plot plus like double vengeance plus like people being like, no, we gotta get him out immediately.
Yeah.
Let's try to throw people off by getting their loved ones out, and it was amazing.
That was
honestly,
fun.
This honestly might have been. Was this more fun than Was this more fun than
I don't know.
Song Kang.
My God, the Song Kang in the last one who's going off.
Do old Survivor players come to the reunion?
Yes.
I want Song Kang to just be there being like, what the fuck happened here?
I think he would come. I feel like he is a person who would come to the
Song
finale.
Kang would respect the game that Sarawat
I think Song Kang is a big fan of Sarawat.
Because I think Song Kang is like, you did what I wanted to do and couldn't do.
Right.
Damn, respect. So we're now at the finale. What are the big moments of the finale? I think it's Jeff Probst getting Tay and OAO together. We
have some live couples therapy from Jeff Probst.
Is Jeff Probst a good couples therapist?
No, but he would attempt. Like, Jeff Probst is the person who he would attempt it live, because he kind of
live on camera
is stupid like that. Yeah.
Good for Jeff Probst, I guess. So that happened.
Does anyone get the Sia money? I don't think so.
I think the Sia money, does it go to TN?
Oh, it does. It definitely does for going on with the heart transplant.
And, like, not getting medevac and, like, kind of doing well.
I think that makes sense. He definitely gets the Sia money.
He wins the Sia money.
Really? The two of them coming out on top.
I mean, they won. How much do you win for Survivor?
$1 million.
How much do you get from Sia?
Sia gives out anywhere between $10,000 to $100,000.
I can see her giving like $50K for this guy to like with a heart transplant, because he already came from money.
Yeah,
I think a heart transplant's $50K. Yeah. There's a lot of medical bills involved, so like $50K for
the amount of money that Sia decides to give a lead time varies drastically.
It depends on how her songs are doing.
Depends on also how she's feeling.
I think Fupa. I think Jeff Probst looks at him like the son he never had. Yes. He's just like, you fucking
Because this is like one of the first times his like favorite alpha male has actually come away with the winner. So
that's
Jeff
fair.
Probst is real into that.
Because also the revenge plot because they got rid of TN, and then the revenge plot took over.
Yes, that was
because they thought they threw him off, and then he was able to just
dominate
the rest of it. Yeah, because everybody else was too busy with their revenge plot.
Exactly.
It was amazing. So that was Survivor.
And now Fupa gets to enter the winner's circle with 2 Wangy Bows.
With 2 Wangy Bows.
Yes.
One of them I don't think counts because it's Wangy Bo
the person, but also then Wangy Bo and Gank Your Heart and Fupa, now the inaugural first 2 winners of this version of Simulated Survivor.
Our version of Survivor.
Knee Slapper Simulated Survivor.
I think between Sarawat and TN, they are getting out of here with so much money.
Yeah. So much money. Literally so much money.
Good for them. They deserve it.
So that has been BL Survivor, Blood versus Water. We are available on all major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we also have a YouTube channel where we post all of our episodes along with fun clip videos occasionally too. And with that, we will see you in the next episode. Not a BL episode. The next episode.
Not a BL episode.
Bye.
Bye.